Before your next creative photo shoot, do these 5 things and watch how much stronger your photos become. So many shoots fall flat, not because the model wasn't great or the lighting wasn't amazing, but because the concept just didn't go deep enough. I'm Jada Parrish, one half of Jada and David. David and I combine photography with set design to take loud, colorful, creative photos. These 5 steps have transformed how David and I work, and I think it can do the same for you. I go into so much more detail about each of these steps in our ebook, The Conceptual Photo Shoot Guide. So if you want to dig a little bit deeper, check out the link in the description below. And there's also a $10 off coupon code if you want to snag that book. Let's jump into it. Here are the 5 things we do before every shoot that help us take more meaningful, impactful photos. Start with 5 ideas, not 1. Don't rush your concept. Before every shoot, if we have an idea come to us, we sit down and we write out 5 more ideas. Because when you only have one idea, obviously that's the best idea. But when you challenge yourself to come up with 5 ideas, then you can really look at your idea and be like, okay, is it still the strongest idea? Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. And sometimes you end up combining multiple ideas and build on that original concept. Before every shoot, David and I sit down and do this, and we each write down 5 ideas, and then we kind of like share them back and forth with each other to really see what idea is the strongest. And the strongest idea always wins. Plan your hero shot first and build the shoot around it. So once you have your concept, really visualize one image, one single frame that really embodies the entire concept of the shoot, and build the shoot around that single shot. See it so clearly in your mind that you can visualize, okay, what type of lens would I be shooting that with? What does this frame look like? What type of lighting would really start to work with this? Build it out with that one image in mind. Whenever we do a shoot, we always have that hero shot that we're going for. Once we nail that, then that's when we play and experiment. And sometimes the hero shot is by far the strongest image from the shoot. And other times it's the play and experimentation that ends up being the better images. Here's a shoot we did where the concept was we had this rectangular set and we had this really pointy blue spike that we wanted to use. And we knew our hero shot was going to be, we wanted our model to do a back bend over top of this spike to really create this tension, like she's almost gonna fall on that really pointy object. So we designed the shoot entirely with that one shot in mind, brought that concept to life, and then once we had those images, then we played and we experimented different ways we could use this spike. And those images ended up being super interesting too. But that's how you know when you've built out a strong concept, is when you have that one frame in your mind and you can actually successfully bring that to life. And I have to say that practice, it's a game changer when it comes to client work, because if you start to work with bigger clients, you have to sell your concept and you need to be able to deliver that concept. So if you start to use this in your own work, you're going to be that much better at it. Make a color plan. Color is one of the most important elements of any photo shoot. And even if you're not going crazy with paint and styling, I mean, color is everywhere. Look at me right now. There's so much color. So whether you're shooting outdoors, indoors, it doesn't matter. Think about how you can creatively use color to add to your concept through what your subject is wearing, what color the scenery or the set is behind them, the props, the lighting. How can you thoughtfully add color to add to your shoot? Color is one of the most powerful tools we have when it comes to storytelling, because people associate certain colors with particular feelings and emotions. Like blue is usually it can be sadness, it can be aloneness. And then we have yellow, which people always associate with happiness. So start to think about those things and how you can thoughtfully integrate color throughout. So here is an example of a shoot where we used color very thoughtfully. This is a orange surreal diner that we created. And we built this diner set upside down because we wanted it to be very disorienting. And to add to that disorienting, like almost dreamy concept, we needed to choose a very kind of like jarring, surreal color palette. So we went with orange because when do you ever see an almost entirely orange room? So we painted the set monochromatic orange. We thoughtfully even put an orange liquid into the coffee pot that our model is holding. And then we wanted to contrast that color scheme, so we put our model in a purple dress. And it all created this very cohesive, visually interesting look that really played into this like surreal, dreamlike, things don't make sense concept that we were going for with this shot. Incorporate symbolic props. Props, they shouldn't just look cool, they should actually add to the shoot. They should add layers of meaning and depth. And if you just think about it, there's so many items that naturally make you think of certain things. Like if you put a map in someone's hand, it makes you think like, are they lost? Are they trying to figure out where they're going? People usually don't look at a map when they know what they're doing. They look at it when they're confused. Think about how you can add different props in to add more layers and meaning to your concepts. Here's another example of that. We designed this blue bedroom set. And with this set, we really wanted to communicate feelings of isolation and aloneness. So we thought, okay, what prop symbolizes connectedness? A telephone. People use a telephone to call each other up and connect with people far away. So we added a telephone into the shoot, but then we disconnected it so that it was very clear that she wasn't able to reach anybody, which really helped emphasize that feeling of aloneness. So you can do this through all your shoots, all different types. Just really think about what props could you add in? What could you take out? What makes this concept a little stronger? Light for the story, not the subject. Yes, you need to showcase your subject, make sure that they are lit well, but a more important thing to me to think about is, okay, how is light at work in this image? Is there ambient light? Am I replicating a scene? Like say I'm trying to recreate someone watching TV, like that would be a blue light kind of shining up on their face, or a dimly lit hallway. Where's the light coming from? How much light is there? What is the color temperature? Think about those things and decide how much of your subject you want to show. How clearly do you want them to be seen? Do you want to go with a high key lighting setup where you can see every aspect of your subject very clearly? Or do you need something a little bit more mysterious? Does having more shadow add to your overall concept? So it's not just about looking cool. It's not just about lighting the subject. It's about telling a story. And light is one of the most powerful tools you have for setting the mood. And so here's an example of that. David and I created this red set where we used a red curtain backdrop. And what we were trying to convey with these images was we wanted to reference a stage. The concept was putting female sexuality on display. Having that red curtain worked very well to bring that stage feeling to life. But then when we thought about, okay, what type of lighting would add to this to make it feel even more theatrical? A spotlight. Having that spotlight paired with that red curtain really gave that impact and really brought our concept to life. Think about those 5 action steps that you can take before your next creative shoot. If these tips resonate with you and you're looking for a little bit more hands-on guidance to really bring your concepts and your visual stories to life, David and I are hosting our Think Inside the Box workshop, which is a 2-day immersive workshop on conceptual photography and set design. We will teach you more in depth about each of these steps, and then you actually get to design your own photo set and bring your vision to life on day 2. It's creative, it's collaborative, it is so much fun, and I am putting a link for that in the description below too, if you want to check it out. But I hope these tips help you and that you use them in your next shoot to create photos filled with so much meaning. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe, but until next time.